seconds at the beginning of this match. There's a problem though in front of the defenders. Look like he's particularly hurt and trying to recover and make that tackle.
Well, this is why we have the injury issue. Just after Harry Kane had released the shot, there was the collision between Pachinho and his goalkeeper Pacos Ferreira. And given the amount of time that he's been down already, there is significant concern for the visiting skipper.
And it is. The goalkeeper rushes out, tries to narrow the angle down, makes himself as big as possible, but crashes into his centre half. Rakas, we thought would be holding midfield, but he's gone to a central with a three-man back, just trying to block up the areas, but Tottenham were breaking.
He was the player caught out. The shot, when it comes, didn't quite dip quickly enough from Lo Celso.
It's a positive start by him. You think about the quality he has in that left foot. You want to be trying to get him in that number 10 area with sight of goal. The only frustration for him there would be that he didn't work the keeper.
Just behind Kane. Sessegnon couldn't quite pick up the pieces. Silva stopped in his tracks. Harry Winks comes away with it. This is Heel. Offside flag stayed down. He's picked out Harry Kane. It didn't take long. It was always likely to be part of the story. Well, those Spurs fans might have feared it was a sight they wouldn't see again earlier in the summer. Now it is a sight they expect to see a lot more of this season. Harry Kane scores for Spurs.
It's a brilliant play, it really is, and it starts all the way back from Harry Winks. We talk about that recovering tackle, reading the situation, losing his athleticism, and then having the ability to make the pass. Initially, Harry Kane's in offside position, reads that situation, gets back onside and attacks the box. And as soon as Hill gets that pass, which is a brilliant pass into his feet, Harry Kane's first touch, doesn't panic, is brilliant, sets himself, and what a finish.
Goal number 39 in European competition for Spurs. Nobody has more.
How good he is at the point of the attack. But when he drops into number 10 here and starts playmaking as well, he's the complete centre forward, he really is.
Here's again, beautiful ball for Sessegnon. Flag has now gone up, it wouldn't have counted.
The referee's going to come and have a word with Simao on the touchline here. Well, one of the coaching staff, certainly. Agreed to stay for the rest of the season. You think of how well Son started, how competitive they've been in the Premier League. It does bode well for the remainder of the season, certainly.
Jorge Silva caught. Sessegnon hurt in the process. Back from his loan spell last season with Hoffenheim and afforded an opportunity in this competition. Ryan Sessegnon tried to stake a claim.
Yeah, he'd be delighted to have these opportunities. Difficult time for Hoffenheim for various scenarios. Obviously the pandemic, injury-wise, and he'd be delighted to be back here. And of course, when a new manager comes in, it's a clean sheet for everyone. Can you impress him? These are the opportunities you get to do just that.
Opportunity here for Pacos with that. Antunes standing over the free kick, one of the set-piece specialists in the side, one of the more experienced players. It is threatening. Nelson couldn't quite get his shot away initially. Lucas Silva leaving a menace momentarily as well. Lucas Moura battling for the bouncing ball. Now Doherty. He did well actually to get it open, taking some stopping. Lo Celso, he's still going as well. And can anybody apply the touch? Not quite. Agonising for Sessegnon in particular and for Spurs. Forward for this. Very congested penalty area. It should be Galini's ball. He opts to punch rather than catch, but does get decent distance on it. And the whistle's gone. Otherwise he would have been away. I thought for a moment, Romero, he was going to be, I think.
Well, listen, in terms of the philosophy of Tottenham, it's on the front foot, I'm not quite sure you expect your centre-half to be leading a charge from a breakaway corner. Counter-attacking football, yes, Nuno's teams are always very good at it. But whether or not it's by design that your centre-half is leading that charge.
Well, he does get a yellow card for his troubles. The better of Antunes. Harry Kane to Brian Heel. Deflected.
Oh, off the post.
A fraction away, and the goalkeeper rendered a spectator by that deflection.
Well, we keep talking about this young man. He gets into that 10 area, and you're hoping that he can work it, manoeuvre it onto his strong left foot, and then take the strike. He gets a great deflection. And at that moment, Ferreira is rooted to the spot. He's absolutely praying that it drifts past his far post, and it just clips it.
His team back in trouble again with that. Hill to Harry Kane, found the time to turn. Again, it's deflected. It almost breaks for Lo Celso. He was able to get a foot in. This is Kane to turn the tide around for Tottenham. Perfectly placed to pick up the pieces. He's back in business, all right.
Harry Kane perfectly placed, you say. How often have we seen that for Tottenham? And we're seeing it again. There were so many supporters here, certainly anyone associated with the club who doubted whether that would happen. But back in the Spurs shirt and back amongst the goals.
Well, Pacos had their chances to get this clear and have paid a heavy price.
Sometimes we talk about Harry Kane, great movement, but he just jogs and ambles into that position. And the reason he does is because that is space in the box. He doesn't need to run where there may be defenders. He just waits and says, well, listen, if it breaks to me, I'm ready. And we saw with the quality of that finish, he certainly was.
All smiles in the Spurs shirt again.
In terms of what happened, and people can say that there's an opportunity here.
Nielsen. He's done well to come away with that. How the referee has a different interpretation.
You have to be careful here, demonstrating like that in front of the referee when you've just been booked. And I think his frustration more than anything is how robust and how physical Romero has been to him all evening. And then when he gives a little bit back, the referee blows up for a free.
Romero initially did well to get back. There's Doherty again. Marcus Moura was his target. Handball has been given. The assistant referee was right in line despite the protestations of Antunes.
He's adamant that it hit his chest. So much so that he's probably argued his case a little bit too much. The referee's going to put him in the book now. It's not something he needs to, so early in the beginning of the second half, knowing that he's got to really time his tackles perfectly now.
It's the reaction rather than the offence that has cost him the caution. Celso waits to take. Lo Celso going for goal, and glory. It wasn't too far away.
Good whip on it. Just looks like he's rising and just pulling away from that near post at the last moment. He's certainly got the ability from that distance with his left foot. Probably looked to break away from his defender and attack into that zonal marking area where you see all those yellow shirts.
Movement in the middle, awaiting Celso's delivery. Dyer was in there, so to Doherty trying to return it out as far as Brian Hill.
Oh, a deflection again. The touch, initially you're thinking strike it straight away, sees the defender come rushing out of him, and has that composure then to touch it, commit the defender and open up the goal, and you're thinking it's a great strike. Harry Kane gets out of the way, but somehow the defender just managed to stick a leg out to divide it over.
Good deal with the danger because he was looking threatening for a moment. And the foul is on Maracas. The free kick is Pacos Ferreira's. That will give Tottenham, I think, the chance to make the change because Højbjerg has been waiting patiently on the touchline for the last couple of minutes or so, and I think that the visitors will respond with a switch of their own. for Jorge before entering the field. Used to starting the games, of course, in the Premier League. As I mentioned, he didn't miss a minute last season. There is a yellow card in here in the meantime, though, for Brian Hill, just to sour his night a little. Lo Celso. A good ball. Brian Hill opens up for him. Oh, and he's a fraction away with the finish. That would surely have wrapped up the game.
Brilliant movement.
Lo Celso. A good ball. Brian Hill opens up for him. Oh, and he's a fraction away with the finish. That would surely have wrapped up the game.
Brilliant movement, it really was. Initially the ball breaks centre midfield. Harry Kane looks like the first pass, but recognises that Hill's making a powerful run on the outside. So Harry Kane does what he does so well. He narrows up that defence, gets out of the way to create the space for him. The first touch is good, second as well. And now you're looking for a good contact, but he just evades that far post.
Didn't have the time to... Joining in with the ball at play in attack. Matt Doherty to Lucas Moura. Stacco trying to get back to him. Second challenge game playing in as well. And still they can't shrug him off the ball.
Well, it's good refereeing, I felt. Near post area again, but is it a cutback for Kane? Looks like it is. I wonder whether or not these Tottenham players will run in to crash against the... And here's the cutback. Oh. Hill's got in the way.
Oh, it's a goal! It has flashed all the way in, and that might just settle it. It worked out rather well for Spurs in the end, didn't it? Lo Celso's effort beating Andre Ferreira and everybody. It's 3-0 on the night. Spurs 3-1 up on aggregate. And heading, certainly it seems, to the group stages.
Ferreira in goal, can't believe it. But there was whip, there was pace on him. I don't think initially he was looking to go for that near post. I think he had something with Harry Kane for the cutback, but Hill got in the way. And suddenly he felt, well, listen, I'm going to whip it in there. And the defender in his attempts to clear the ball just gets the faintest of touches, and it's exactly what Tottenham needed.
18, Lo Celso.
Receiving.
Well, let's have a listen to the reception. No hat-trick, but a 2-goal return to the team. Makes way with Spurs very much now on course for qualification. It's been his night. Only one man that is going to make the headlines after a captain's contribution on his return to the starting lineup. 2 first-half goals from Harry Kane, turning this tie back in Tottenham's favour.